Deep in the heart of the Surrey countryside lies an extraordinary veterinary practice.
Okay, let's go. I'm going to bring her straight through to prep. So you're going to need to have a seat right there. You got a pulse yet?
Here, the hardest-to-treat pets from across Britain are given some of the most advanced procedures available anywhere in the country.
If we do the operation, although there's a high chance of success, it could fail.
Yeah.
The practice is the life's work of one man, Noel Fitzpatrick.
All right, Bumble, let's give it a go. Hey, hey!
And every summer, he hosts an extraordinary festival.
Welcome.
The festival celebrates the close emotional bond that Noel's seen between dogs and their owners. It's a chance to recognise the remarkable ways in which dogs have helped people in extreme circumstances, to showcase their incredible skills.
Is that it?
And help people take better care of their animals.
Rolo's coming in at 13 kilograms. Oh, gosh.
But Noel will also be treating 2 new patients and catching up with them.
Loved you.
To check on their progress following their groundbreaking surgery.
Dogfest is the happiest possible day that a dog could ever have on planet Earth. Bring your human if you want. It's hard to put into words how much a human loves a dog. You know what? It boils down to one person that loves one dog in one moment in time. And that is what we're here to celebrate. What better way to spend a sunny Sunday afternoon? We're about to open. It's really important that I'm there at the gates at the beginning. I really want to say hello to everybody. Morning, everybody.
Thousands of dogs are arriving here at Arley Hall in Cheshire. All shapes, sizes and breeds, from bulldogs to cockapoos, from the scruffy to the regal, and everything in between. But 2 of Noel's new patients are also coming.
I get to reunite with some of my past patients. That's why we're here.
We'll follow the dramatic rescue and treatment of the Greek street dog, Jake, who faces the prospect of losing a leg.
Ultimately, he would either be left with a useless appendage for the rest of his life, or he would probably die of septicemia.
Leaving Noel to attempt one of his most ambitious limb replacements to date.
You won't be able to carry it, mate.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, guys. Hi, mate. You're a cutie, aren't you?
And he'll treat and meet up with Dupe, a South African Mastiff puppy with spinal problems so severe they were endangering his life.
I love him so much. I want him to be a normal puppy and he can't do that at the minute.
And he'll invite some of his most pioneering patients to take part in an incredible agility display by Bionic dogs.
And now, can he do the A-frame? Come on, Snoopy, you can do it. Dogs give me so much in my life, way more than I ever give them. So I wanted to give them the best day they could ever possibly have.
The festival is intended to set tails wagging. From agility courses to doggy massage, there is everything a 4-footed friend could wish for, including a giant swimming pool. And it all ends in a mass dog walk. But this event is more than just a celebration. There are some dogs here that wouldn't have the quality of life they have today without Noel's extraordinary prosthetic surgery. These are prosthetics designed to attach directly to the dog's bone and work perfectly with their bodies.
That's awesome. Well done, buddy.
It's 10 a.m. and training is beginning with Noel's prosthetic dog display team.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for coming today. I can't tell you how happy I am to have you all here. This morning, we're going to train these dogs to do this agility course.
Dogs like Bumblebee, a basset hound who was born with a deformed foot. Mitzi, a German shepherd who lost her foot after being trampled by a horse. Bearded collie Scruffy, who suffered an infection leading to amputation. and Jack Russell Terrier cross Snoopy, who was run over by a van. Later today, Noel's crack squad will attempt a specially designed prosthetic dog agility course, but they won't be doing it alone. They'll have the help of one of the country's leading trainers, Jackie Bromwich.
This is the first time that I've tried doing anything like this with dogs with prosthetic legs. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how we go. It's a new experience for me and it'll be a new experience for them, but like I say, hopefully they'll have a lot of fun and the owners will have fun as well.
We've given them their lives back, we've given them their mobility back, and this afternoon, they're going to do the agility course.
Dog agility is one of the fastest growing canine sports in the country, with over 10,000 dogs regularly taking part in competition. Our Bionic dogs will have to master the core elements of any course: the tunnel, the hoop, and the jump.
And I want you to call her and then send her over that jump, and I'll feed her there. She'll come to me for chicken.
Normally, a trainer can take as much as a year to get a dog to competition level, but our plucky prosthetic pooches have just a few hours.
Good girl. Brilliant.
All these Bionic dogs were first treated here at Noel's referral practice in Surrey. Noel has performed dozens of prosthetic limb replacements. One of his newest prosthetic cases is a 9-month-old street dog from Greece called Jake. He was rescued by Army nursing officer Leslie while she was on holiday.
We found him in Crete, and he'd been hit by a car about 5 weeks earlier with a really badly broken leg.
Leslie hoped that Noel could do something to improve Jake's quality of life.
He came hopping out with a very badly broken leg, and we just thought, goodness, we have to do something to help him, because it was obvious that his welfare was not going to be looked after there. And ultimately, he would either be left with a useless appendage for the rest of his life, or he would probably die of septicemia. So the next day, we went back and we did a dog snatch.
Oh, Jake.
It was unfair to get involved in doing something for him and not seeing it through. We felt that we couldn't give that responsibility to someone else. To be a 3-legged dog in Crete, looking for a new home, was going to be very difficult. Because the injury was in the lower part of his leg, it occurred to us that actually he could have a chance with a prosthesis. We just wanted to give the little chap the best possible chance in life. Originally, he was going to be called Yanni Stavros Papadopoulos, but we thought that Jake was easier.
All righty, Jake, please.
Part of Jake's leg had to be amputated in Greece before he was brought to the UK, so Noel was faced with limited options.
Hi, hello, I'm Noel.
Hi, I'm Leslie.
How are you, Leslie? Hello,
And this is Jake.
Hi, buddy. He's very sweet, isn't he? Please take a seat. Okay. Do you mind if I ask what you do?
I'm a nursing officer.
In the field?
I have been for Optelic, which is the Iraq one.
So he was just a puppy when you found him?
I'm a very underweight puppy.
So just hold his head for me. There we go. All right, big guy. Nice sock, mate. He's got hardly any muscle left on this leg.
That's right.
And he's got a very limited amount of bone left here. Can I take this little sock off? Okay. We've never put a prosthetic into an arm that was that short.
Right.
Ever.
Is that something
To my knowledge.
you
Well,
would consider doing?
I'm torn between chopping the leg off and doing a prosthetic.
Yeah, he doesn't like that.
Of course he doesn't like it because he's got a big soft swelling of fluid under the skin there. The one thing we can say for sure is that this is in big trouble.
Noel sends Jake for an X-ray. All the signs point to a possible infection, which could make a potential prosthetic hard to fit successfully.
The way I see it, he has two options. We take this whole leg off, or we anchor a prosthetic device straight into the bone onto which the skin can grow. The key thing about prosthetics is that it has to be in the welfare interest of that particular animal. And
for each and every one of those dogs, their quality of life is improved by application of the prosthetic. So for me, that's the goal. So these are the X-ray pictures. We can see here where there's only a small amount of the forearm left. This is his elbow. If we look at that in the context of the skeleton, he's got that much left. We've never done an amputation prosthesis up that high. My real concern is it right to hold out hope and do this operation when we've never seen a dog walk with that kind of prosthetic before? This is the biggest challenge we've ever taken on with a limb amputation prosthetic if we do this.
Being a nurse in the military, I've seen many of the soldiers with some pretty good prostheses and realised that this was perhaps going to give Jake the best possibility of a fulfilled life.
So this is the implant for Jake. As you can see, it's got two plates on it, one here and one here. These plates are designed to anchor into the two bones of the arm.
Even for Noel, this is radical, with no guarantee of success. Because Jake has so little bone left, attaching the prosthetic requires real ingenuity.
Chop off the end of the bone, make it nice and smooth. Attach the plates and the peg, stitch the skin over the outside, job done. That's the plan. Okay, let's do this. So I'm just trying to make a tunnel right now underneath the tissue next to the bone onto which I hope to place the plate. So I've never done an operation exactly like this before. This is the first time we've put an amputation prosthesis into a dog that only has a tiny bit of the forearm left. Okay, I've got it in most of the way now. We're in.
With the implant now in place, Noel needs to cover the prosthesis with Jake's skin, so there's a seal to prevent any more infection.
The skin is shrink wrapped around a very small bone. Now that I've put a big implant in there, it doesn't want to stretch over it, so we've got a problem. So what I've done just now is I've stretched the skin out over this bandage. You can see there's some tissue here underneath the skin. I'm going to try and cut that away to make some more room. Just one more bit to do. Yes! Come on! Get in!
It is well past midnight. Jake is taken through to recovery, and although the operation was a success, his future is still uncertain.
Am I hopeful for Jake? I am realistic for Jake. I knew what was on the table going in, so did Leslie. We could fail.
It's a little after lunch, and the dog festival is in full swing. And that means it's time for a Springer Spaniel to get a massage.
We then use a range of techniques from deep tissue, sports massage and myofascial release, warms the tissues and helps relax the dog.
As a nation, we spend almost £2.5 billion a year pampering our pets. So it's no wonder we consider our dogs to be part of the family.
I thought life was complete, but he fills a hole that I never knew I had.
Remember, the boxer's not a dog, he's a person.
Yeah.
And I think that's great, you know, it's really, really true.
Yes.
For Noel, it's a rare day off. He's usually working long hours, 7 days a week at his referral veterinary practice.
Most of the year I spend cutting dogs open in the operating theatre. I never get to see them running around.
Hi, Jake.
Back at the practice, Jake, the Cretan crossbreed, is still a long way from running anywhere. He's just had a prosthesis attached higher up his leg than Noel has ever attempted on a dog before, and his recovery is in the balance.
So it's been 36 hours now since we did the surgery. Today is a big day though, because we look at the wound. All right, big guy. Oh, sore leg, sore leg. There we go. Good boy. Okay. All right. Well, it looks pretty good. Considering he's had an implant put into his leg by cutting open his muscles and peeling them back and then reattaching everything onto metal and drilling through bone, it's just remarkable, really, isn't it, how tolerant a dog is. If this were you or me, we'd be like, ah. That's why dogs are amazing. Jake's amputation prosthesis was the most challenging I have ever done, by a long way. He had very little bone and he had very little skin left. So it was this incredibly difficult balance between getting enough metal in there below the elbow to support his weight, but getting enough skin to cover the metal. And I had to make a judgment call. We don't know if Jake will walk on that leg forever. What we do know is we've done the right thing for now.
The complexity of Jake's operation means that he needs to recover fully before the next stage of his treatment. Finally, after 2 weeks, the bone and skin have healed enough for Jake to have his new leg fitted. Now Noel can see if the procedure has been a success.
We're going to put on a new foot. We've never done this before with an amputation so high on the leg. So we don't know how this new foot is going to work. We'll have to see. All right, big guy, here we go. All righty, let's try out Bionic Leg Mark 1. Here we go.
The prosthesis is fitted.
What do you think of it? Yeah, he says, I quite like that.
But getting Jake to use it with his shortened leg and wasted muscles is tricky.
Let's see what you make of it. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, mate. That's awesome, man. Well done. Off we go. Well, he's making a fantastic effort to use it. I mean, considering he's not had a foot on there for a long, long time, he's just making he's such a fighter.
Happy with his progress, Noel decides to discharge Jake, and he is reunited with his owner, Leslie, for the first time in 4 weeks.
Oh, look at you with your 4 legs. Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, Mum.
Wow.
How are you? So he's been remarkably good-spirited throughout the whole thing. You know, he really has been remarkably resilient. He's like, okay, well, I'll get on with life and it'll be fine. It's quite cute the way he puts this foot over it and crosses his legs.
Oh, Jake. Oh, that's lovely.
So his collar needs to stay on. Lick that and he'll create a problem. All right, big fella. Okay. All set?
Lovely, thanks so much.
Well done.
Good boy. Go on then. Oh, good boy.
It's been a tough 4 weeks, but finally Jake can continue his rehabilitation back home in Devon. The delicate skin around the prosthesis will need a lot of care to prevent infection. Two months later, and Jake is well enough to come to the festival.
He's got no muscle, so we're trying to build that up, and that is going to be a long job. Jake's the kind of dog he takes to life anywhere. As long as he's got people around him who love him and he's got other dogs to sniff, he's in heaven. Put your foot down.
That's a good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy.
While Jake is one of Noel's most recent patients to receive a prosthetic leg, a basset hound called Bumblebee, who's here today, was one of the first. Bumblebee is a remarkable dog and companion to Heather, who depends on her for friendship. At just 37, Heather has been suffering from dementia for over 8 years, and Bumblebee has become her best friend.
Look at Bumble's nose.
Say hello, Bumble.
Hello, Bumble.
You wouldn't expect a Basset hound to be as in tune as she is with Heather. I'm sure that Heather's done so well because of Bumblebee. You know, they are really inseparable, and the love for each other is huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 3 years ago, Heather was in danger of losing her best friend when Bumblebee came to Fitzpatrick referrals with a crippling birth defect. After surgery and the fitting of an innovative prosthetic foot, Bumblebee faced the challenge of learning to walk again.
I think you can see now that if Bumblebee did not have this leg, this big deep chest here would just bounce up and down on this foot. And because this foot extends a lot, it would be really, really difficult for Bumblebee to bear her weight because she would just be effectively scooting her chest along the ground.
At the time, this was Noel's most advanced prosthesis.
The objective of this particular foot is that Bumblebee will walk better than just with a kind of doorstop kind of foot. So this is a blade kind of foot. It's made out of titanium and it's got a rubber sole, so it should be able to absorb the pressure a little better, allow Bumblebee to walk with a more normal gait. Okay, Bumblebee, you've got your new foot. Good, all right, Bumble, let's give it a go. Hey, hey!
Bumblebee, like all the other prosthetic ex-patients of Noel's, is at the festival to take part in a Bionic dog display. And that means she's got to get some practice in before her big moment at the end of the day.
And is she doing good?
Yeah.
She's running around fine?
She didn't eat dinner last night.
She didn't eat her dinner last night with excitement.
No.
Did you eat your dinner last night?
What do you have?
Oh no, I didn't have dinner, I was too nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't thank him enough. I thank him from the bottom of my heart for saving this dog. For Heather, it's been the absolute best decision.
One of the greatest things I have ever done in my life is to preserve that bond of friendship that Heather and Bumblebee have, because that matters in the world.
Noel often sees the strength of that bond of love at his practice, when owners can be faced with a life or death decision. Back at the practice, care worker Amanda has brought along her 6-month-old South African Mastiff puppy, Dupe. He's developed problems walking.
Massive.
Amanda and her sister-in-law are at Fitzpatrick's to learn the results of scans, which she hopes will explain the problem.
I love him so much. I just want him to be better. I want him to be a normal puppy, and he can't do that at the minute. So, you know, the quicker we get him sorted, you know, the better.
Now, Dupe, please. Hi, guys. Hello, Dupey Dupe. You've got an unusual problem. Bottom line is that the brain is not talking to his back legs properly. The spinal cord is running down the inside of the bone, and the bone is squishing the spinal cord.
Right.
So that's the spinal cord there. There's a point here where there's a big chunk of bone squishing down on the cord.
Yeah.
And in cross-section, you see it's pinched down to less than 1/2. So what we're gonna have to do, and this is dangerous, we're gonna drill down here. It's very deep. It's the hardest spot on the spine to get at, actually. So I'll be taking off one of the joints and half the arch.
Okay.
So the risks of that basically are paralysis. In other words, he could get paralyzed by the procedure as much as he can get paralyzed by not doing the procedure. All right, mate, you feeling lonely down there? Whoa, you're a heavyweight, aren't you? Whoa, you're a big fella, aren't you? You're a big fella. Pop, 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 pop. The other issue, of course, is pain, because as the spinal cord gets squished more, he would be in pain.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we have no option.
Yeah. Got to try though.
Yeah, well, if we don't, he's not going to make it anyway.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, big.
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
definitely.
big paws. Right, give Mummy a kiss.
Love you.
Stay brave.
Yeah, I would do, thank you.
All right, look after yourself.
See you later.
Okay.
Dupe faces paralysis if nothing is done, so he is immediately sent through to be prepped for spinal surgery. Dupe's operation is all the harder for Amanda as she's still getting over the death of her previous 2 Staffordshire Bull Terriers a year ago.
We lost Sasha and Saxon in the summer. I was absolutely devastated when we lost them. It was really hard work. They were such a big part of our lives, and that's why I've sort of held on to their ashes. The house was so empty without a dog, and I felt, as a family, we need a dog to be part of our lives, really. He was just a little bundle of fluff, really. He was just adorable.
There's no question that if we had left Dupe growing as he was, the spinal cord would have been shut down, and eventually he would have ended up paralysed and urinarily incontinent, so he would just dribble pee. That's unacceptable from a quality of life point of view, so almost certainly he would have ended up being euthanized. So my feeling at the moment I went into theatre was one of, this is life or death.
Noel Fitzpatrick, Supervet, dog lover,
They're an incredibly important part of family life.
and workaholic. Every year he stages 2 festivals, one in Cheshire and one in Surrey.
Today, we get thousands of people in a field rejoicing in the love they have for their dog.
And why do they come in their thousands? Because like Noel, they share a bond of friendship with their dogs. Noel's festival also celebrates the incredible skills of certain dogs. Dogs like Alfie. He's here to show off his remarkable sniffing ability. As a sniffer dog, his nose is 40 times more sensitive than his owner's. He's been trained to sniff out money. Hunting for everything from cash hidden by criminals to a long-lost inheritance, Collie Cross Spaniel Alfie will follow his nose. In this case, he's sniffing out £1,000, concealed in one of 100 cardboard boxes.
Ready. Good boy. Good boy. Find Alf. Find it. Where is he? Go on. Good lad.
Come on, give him some encouragement, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, Alfie. Alfie. Good boy. Where is he?
Good boy.
Alfie is specially trained, but most dogs need no education in how to give love and support when we need it most. Back at the dog agility display, Jack Russell Terrier Cross Snoopy is getting ready to strut his stuff.
Good boy. Yeah, you do love your food.
Hi, Snoopy, how you doing?
But when Noel first met Snoopy and owner Carol last year, Snoopy had just been run over by a van. Noel wanted to find out how bad the injury was.
Oh, foot's hanging off.
Snoopy means so much to me. I've had him since he was 7 weeks old. He's a good boy, he's a really good boy. He's very, very affectionate. I just adore him. It's very important that I get him fixed, really. I just want to do the best I can for him, to be honest with you.
There's piles of bugs in there. All right, I'll talk to her. I've just had a look at his feet.
Right.
It's worse than I'd hoped.
Right.
Noel made the decision to remove Snoopy's foot and fit him with a prosthetic.
The objective is to make the implant one and the same as the body over time. Well done, Snoopy. You have a leg to walk on. Job done.
Owner Carol was reliant on Snoopy to help her get through treatment for stomach cancer.
I've been very ill myself. I'm undergoing treatment, which won't be finished until next year. Just want life to get back to normal. It does change your outlook on life, you know, it makes you realise what's important, what isn't important, to be honest with you.
But prosthetic limb replacement is not without risk. There was no guarantee Snoopy would be able to use his leg again. 1 year later, Carol is in remission for her stomach cancer, and Snoopy is doing well with his prosthetic leg. So well, in fact, that he's worn it out.
We have a little technical challenge. Snoopy needs his foot changed. Come on, big fella. It's a very simple procedure, actually. This is Emma and Kim, two of my nurses, and this is what we do even if we were in the clinic. Well done. Tickle his belly there. Do you want to go up to his head, Mum? Can you do that for me and just comfort him for a moment? This is real field veterinary medicine. It's not at all unusual for the family of a dog that's had an external prosthetic attached to have to do exactly this. Let's say they're out walking and the foot is worn out. Always carry one in your pocket, pop it on. So that's what we're going to do now.
Hey, you're having a nice new foot.
Yeah, how good is this, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And then you'll be running again.
Off with the old, on with the new. There we go.
Isn't that clever?
What a good boy.
It's all right, nearly. No. Keep still, darling. Keep still for a minute. Nearly done.
There we go.
Good boy.
Let me just see him walk on that, ladies. Yay! New foot. Well done.
Thanks so much.
It's quite cool to be able to do this in the middle of a field. Yeah. That's great. He looks great. Skin looks great. Well done. Well done. New foot, new foot, new foot, new foot, new foot. Well done. Off you go. Go and be happy. I never take a day off. Yeah, even if I'm not doing it in real life, I'm thinking about it in my head.
Not all of the procedures Noel undertakes are that easy. Back at the practice, Noel is calling on his skill and expertise to help South African Mastiff puppy Dupe walk. Noel is preparing for risky spinal surgery to try to save him from paralysis.
We're going to operate on Dupe now. It's quite a dangerous procedure because we're exposing the spinal cord of a 3-month-old dog. Things can definitely go wrong in this region of the spine.
When I had to leave Dupe with Noel, it was heart-wrenching. It was because I just wanted to be with him. He didn't know anybody, he didn't know what was going on, and I just had to hand him over, so it was horrendous. It was horrible.
Okay, here we go. I'm cutting down on the bone now. It's a very, very deep hole. You can see the bone here. The ribs and the lungs are down there. I'm going to start to drill here to get down to the spinal cord. When you drill, you need to be super careful because you'll be on the spinal cord before you know it. Well, you definitely don't want to hit the spinal cord because that would be a disaster. Here we go.
To save Dupe from being paralysed, it is vital that Noel removes enough bone. Any complications could be serious.
Oh shit, that's a real big bleeder. Venous sinus bleed now. Lie stiff now. Hurry up. Anna, do it. As soon as I pull that out, it starts to bleed again. Okay, got a shed load of bleeding here. But I'm having to keep going. Pressure's coming up. Okay, so the problem with this kind of surgery is as soon as you hit a big bleeder like this, it just does not want to stop. So any more that you try and get out, it keeps bleeding. So we just packed it with collagen. And now we gotta just see that it stops. Time is quite limited now. Okay, good news, that did the job. pretty sure that I had enough bone out before it started to bleed. But we'll tell on the CT after the operation whether I'm right or not. I hope I am right. And this is where I've removed the bone. You can see now that the spinal cord has been released and there's no longer a piece of bone right in here blocking it. So we just pack the area with collagen sponge now. That will soak up any residual blood. Then we stitch the muscle and we're done.
After 2 hours, the surgery is over. Dupe is sent for scans to see if it's been a success, before Noel calls Amanda to give her the news.
Hi.
Hey Amanda, it's Noel.
Hiya.
It went okay.
Okay, brilliant.
I expected it would be difficult to get the bone out from around the spinal cord.
Uh-huh.
And I expected that we would probably get some bleeding, which we most certainly did in the most dramatic form possible.
Oh my God.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
He's a fighter, yeah.
He's going to be all right. Thank you so much.
No problem, it's our pleasure.
Okay, bye.
It's so difficult when you have a big furry ball of love like that come into your life and then you're threatened with that love going away and never coming back. That's really tough.
It's coming to the end of the day at Noel Fitzpatrick's Cheshire Dog Festival. And while some dogs relax, others give a masterclass in how to tackle an agility display course.
Go on, little dog. You're doing well.
Dog agility is normally taken very seriously. Each run is scored and points are deducted if a dog knocks a pole over or refuses an obstacle. In another part of the field, our Bionic dogs are getting ready for their agility display. As beginners, they'll be allowed a little leeway.
These dogs are going to do something maybe amazing, maybe chaos today. It's really special moment.
Our dogs have had just a few hours to train for the agility course with Jackie Bromwich. They are 4 of Noel's most extraordinary prosthetic patients: Snoopy, Scruffy, Bumblebee, and Mitzi, the longest surviving prosthetic patient, and an animal close to Noel's heart.
This afternoon we're going to try something that's never been tried before. You get to see 4 dogs with amputation prostheses directly attached to their skeleton, about to do things never imagined before.
The first dog to attempt the course is 4-year-old Basset Hound Bumblebee, whose prosthesis was fitted by Noel 3 years ago.
All right, Bumblebee, let's see what you can do. She's a Basset Hound, not noted for their agility skills. Oh, yes, yes. What's going to happen next? Is she going to actually go through the tunnel? Is she going to... Yes, she is!
A Basset Hound walks so close to the ground that Bumblebee's quality of life on 3 legs would have been poor. So to jump even these modest hurdles is a feat for her.
You know, when you're doing these surgeries, you never imagine they're going to be this good.
Next is Snoopy.
Snoopy had the left hind foot chopped off by a postal van, and his mum absolutely wanted Snoopy to run around on 4 legs and be happy. 1 weave, 2 weaves, 3 weaves, 4 weaves, 5 weaves, and we're through! Yes! That's fantastic. The fact that this dog can run around on all 4 legs with his bionic foot attached into his skeleton, that's an amazing move forward for medicine, is it not?
And next, 7-year-old Scruffy.
So Scruffy has a new front foot, and you can see the Scruffy walk pretty much like a normal dog. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, these dogs only did this for the first time this morning.
Scruffy needs a bit of encouragement to make it over the A-frame.
Oh yes, and we're through. Well done, Scruff. Well done, Scruffy. That was amazing. What you're about to see next, Mitzi has had this artificial foot for 5 years.
And finally, Mitzi, Noel's oldest surviving prosthesis patient, an 8-year-old Alsatian cross.
We were out riding in the forest and unfortunately one of our horses managed to ride over her and amputate her back paw. It was horrific. It just didn't bear thinking about, really, because we didn't know what could be done for her at that stage.
Mitzi is the oldest surviving limb amputation prosthesis that I've got. She has a perfect skin ingrowth and a perfect bone ingrowth, and that has withstood the test of time. There's no reason to suspect she won't run around as a happy dog for her normal life expectancy. And she represents courage, she represents tenacity. So for me, Mitzi represents absolutely the very reason that I am a veterinary surgeon.
So Mitzi has had a life on 4 legs for 5 years that she never would have had without this technology happening. And I want you to witness Mitzi doing the Bionic dog agility course. She's through the tunnel. That's fantastic. There you go. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. And now up the A-frame. That's fantastic. Please give all of the superstars a huge round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is my life's work, and it's extremely important to me that people understand that just because a dog has a prosthetic leg does not mean it's not a fully functional, happy dog.
With the festival coming to an end, there is just time for Noel to catch up with an old friend. Noel hasn't seen Dupe, the South African Mastiff, since his life-saving spinal surgery.
Dupe!
And he's no longer the chubby little puppy he once was. Owner Amanda and partner Sean are here to show Noel how he's doing.
Hi guys, how are you? Hi Dupe, hi. How are you, mate? How you doing? Oh, he's amazing. Look at how big he is. Is he walking fine?
He's as good as new.
Yeah.
Genuinely, thank you for being so brave and for allowing him to.
I'm just so glad he's good.
It makes me quite emotional to see him, because I never get to do this, really.
No.
I never get to see them except by chance, because normally people come and see me for a couple of months, and then they're done, and I never see them again. I mean, to think I had a scalpel blade there, and to think I had blood pouring up at me like an ocean. Right, let's run. Come on, then. Come on, let's go. Come on. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, bless him, look. Good boy, good boy.
How good is that? Every time I go into theatre, I hope for the best and fear for the worst. And to see him like this, that's the reason I exist. Well done, mate. Well done, well done. Well done, well done. He's a good boy.
The festival is almost over. It's been a day to pay tribute to man and woman's best friend.
Dogs have been in my life for many, many years now, and I find that just such great companionship, loyal, unconditional love. Jake, I wouldn't be without him now.
I'm really, really lucky that it wasn't worse than it was. I mean, he could have died. You know, I could have lost him completely.
We are like best friends. Everything I do has to involve Dupe. I just can't imagine my life without Dupe.
All that's left is the mass dog walk, but it's not entirely clear who is walking who.
Hello, everybody. You all right? Welcome to the Great Dog Walk. This is the highlight of Dogfest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about the rain. I did ask for better, but that's the way it goes. You're well hardy types, aren't you? So you won't mind it too much. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Great Dog Walk. Enjoy the countryside. Thank you very much for being here. Let's go on a walk. Hello, everybody. Are we happy to be on the dog walk? We all good? is a great part of the day. The amount of love in that group behind me, this is the highlight of the year for me because I spend my entire life trying to look after dogs, make them happy, allow them to walk again, and allow them to enjoy their lives. So for me, it's an absolute highlight. I mean, if I stand here and look back, look at that. A huge throng of humanity moving forward, all with one thing in common. They love dogs, and dogs love them.